In this episode of Radio K, I am excited to be continuing with my reactions to the second most recent BTOB album, Be Together. So far, we've checked out 4 songs out of the 9 B-sides on this album that we could check out. And it's not really been like the greatest album or anything, but it's been pretty solid so far. Like the songs have been decently entertaining, definitely of the typical general level of quality that I expect of BTOB, but I definitely would have appreciated a little bit more variety in the sounds and the styles that they went for in these songs, because so far it's generally been very ballady, and at most they veered off into bop territory and not really into a banger territory, which is what I'm looking forward to for at least one of the songs on this album, because it's gonna be very disappointing if they don't give me at least one song like that, because I feel like they do it really well. When they hit it hard, they hit it hard, you know? And it's not like I'm not enjoying like the ballad stuff. Some of the songs I definitely am enjoying quite a lot, like Blowing Day and Whiskey. Hell, even My Way I liked quite a lot, but when they veer into the really stereotypical ballad territory, like they did with the song Be Together, which is the namesake of this album, it just went a little bit too far for my taste, and it just wasn't that entertaining. So I'm hoping we're not gonna go into that for this second half of my reaction, but I guess we're gonna have to get into it and find out. Before we do though, as usual, I would like to remind you that I would really appreciate it if you guys could help me out with my transition by donating to my Patreon, my Ko-fi account, or my PayPal account, because for those of you who didn't know, I am trans. And by doing so, you also get access to my And by doing so, you also get the ability to demand me to do K-pop reactions, be it to a specific music video, to a specific album, or to a specific artist's whole discography. It's completely up to you. And additionally, there's also some behind the scenes and some short vlogs that I've started doing recently that you might find interesting, because it gives you a little bit of a insight into my daily life and stuff. But if you don't care about that, you don't care about demanding me to do certain K-pop reactions, you can also just simply watch this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, check out some other content that I do. Anything is appreciated. But yeah, enough chit chat about things you don't care about. Let's get into what you're actually here for, which is my reaction to BTOB's Be Together album. And the 5 songs that are left on this album that we're going to check out now are Lonely, Dance With Me, Higher, Thank You, and It's All Good. So without further ado, let's start off the reaction to the second half of this album with the first song, Lonely, in 3, 2, 1. Interesting instrumental. You know, I really wish they would do at least somewhat varied ballads, because after a while they really start to blur together. Although this one at least seems like it's gonna be as good as the first one of this album, which was Blowing Day, and I like that one. It definitely seems like it's starting off really good, so that's a good sign. Their vocals are so damn good, man. Okay, this is my kind of ballad. hey, for once his rapping actually fits with the song. I love it when I see it. It's definitely happening more frequently nowadays. It used to be, honestly, genuinely kind of annoying because not through a fault of his own, his rap parts kind of always used to take me out of their ballads because it just doesn't fit with the songs, you know? But they're definitely gotten better at executing that properly, you know? I also relate to the lyrics of this song, so that definitely ups it in my eyes as well. Honestly, this straight up might be the best song of this album so far. Another song that debatably deserves to be better, to be the title track more so than the actual title track of this album. Dude, this part is so fucking good. Honestly, Minhyuk's part here might have just made this song a 10 out of 10 for me. Okay! Not bad! Not bad at all! If you're gonna do a ballad, do it like this. Come on everybody, do it like this. Because this is the kind of ballads that I actually like. I guess you could say that this is not that different from like the kind of ballad that Be Together was, but I don't know, this one just vibes with me more. The instrumental is more engaging, it's more interesting than Be Together, even though it's still just as slow. The lyrics are kind of more relatable and more appealing to me than Be Together, and it puts me, considering the kind of like emotions that I've been feeling recently, which I explained in the first part of this reaction to this album, because I've been feeling a little depressed and I've been dealing with a lot of changes in my life recently. Some not great, some actually pretty great. Like, I'm finally starting my transition. That's insane. I can't wait to finally start HRT. And I've just been really struggling with keeping my head on straight, honestly. And a lot of things about my life have been starting to weigh on me, like the fact that I don't really have anybody to interact with IRL. It's part of the reason why I enjoy doing YouTube, because I get to interact with you guys and have a talk with people with common interests, with common interest to mine, to my interest, because IRL, I don't really have anybody in my vicinity, in my town, who likes K-pop, has any of my interests, and who wouldn't fucking hate me and mock me for being trans. So I can't really be myself with anybody in real life. It's only with you guys that I can be. So I'm definitely feeling that loneliness, and the lyrics in this song definitely make me feel a little bit of a catharsis. So I definitely can see myself listening to this song after I'm done with the reaction as a way to just feel better about my situation and just let out a little bit of the stress and feel a little bit of a relief. So yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. If you're gonna do a ballad, have really relatable lyrics, and I don't know, just kind of do it like this. That's the best way I can put it. I'm sorry if it's not good enough of an explanation about what makes this song good to me, but it is a good song. I like it. And like I said, Minhyuk's part was honestly really, really good. This was a prime example of how to incorporate raps in ballad songs. So once again, take an example out of this song. If anybody who produces music is watching this, which is unlikely, take an example out of this song. That's how you incorporate it. And yeah, honestly, if we don't really get a better song than this in this album, this is going to be a 10 out of 10. Otherwise, I'm going with a 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, I know it's not like a common thing that I do to have like a rating depending on the rest of the songs, but it's just kind of how I feel about it, you know? It's the best song of this album so far, by far, and the way I rate stuff in general, a lot of the time is in comparison to other similar things. Like whenever I'm rating an episode of a TV show that I'm reacting to, I rate it to the other, compared to the other episodes in the same season, and sometimes in the same show or in the same franchise, you know? And in the case of songs, I rate them compared to the other songs in the album first and foremost, and then to the rest of the group's discography, and then K-pop in general. And for a ballad by BTOB, this is pretty solid, pretty memorable, pretty catchy, pretty appealing, pretty relatable, and it's pretty good. I like it. But again, if we don't really get any better song than this in the next 4 songs, this is a 10 out of 10. Because it's really good, and I don't really have any criticisms to give this song, honestly. So it kind of deserves its 10 out of 10, but I'm still keeping the clause that I just put up, you know? So yeah, we have 4 more songs to check out, so let's continue with the next one. Dance With Me in 3, 2, 1. I'm liking the guitar right off the bat. You can never go wrong with an acoustic guitar like this in a K-pop song. For sure. I love acoustic guitars. I love the sound of it. It feels so satisfying to my soul, man. And once again, K-pop just loves teasing me with the guitars, and it just removes it completely for the actual song. Okay, they're actually including it a little bit. Okay, I kind of like this one too. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like it when albums have varied sounding B-sides like this. Like this sounds like nothing like Lonely, and I love it. I don't know that I like it more than Lonely, but I definitely find it pretty entertaining for sure. The fact that it's more energetic and it has that guitar in the instrumental makes it pretty good. Dude, I love BTOB's harmonies. You can like hear Eunkwang and Sungjae harmonizing behind Changsub and Hyunsing. And yeah, I wouldn't have necessarily recognized it if it wasn't for the lyric video telling me, but it does sound really cool. Honestly, this is not bad of a song. I like it. Okay. Change of plans with my ratings. Lonely, officially a 10 out of 10. I like it, really good. We already went through that. This one, pretty fucking good, man. Pretty fucking enjoyable, catchy, playful, great singing, great rapping. BTOB at their best. But I'm not quite sure whether I want to give this one a 10 out of 10 as well, or a 9.6 out of 10. Because I feel like this one is not quite as flawless compared to Lonely. And hear me out exactly what I'm trying to say. I feel like the height that this song could have achieved is higher than the height that Lonely could have achieved. Like, I feel like Lonely at most, I could have given it an 11 out of 10. If it was like a perfect masterpiece, that's what I would have given it. This song is like the far more energetic and playful song, and I feel like this song's ceiling is much higher. Something like a 12 out of 10 or something along those lines. So, because of that, I feel like both of these songs are like really good, and I'm kind of gonna give both of these songs 10 out of 10. But in terms of like their, I guess, more accurate quality ratings, Lonely is gonna be a 9.5 out of 10. And this one is going to be a 9.6 out of 10. I know it's a little bit confusing what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to portray the fact that I enjoy both of these songs. I'm very likely going to be listening to both of these songs outside of this reaction. Very, very likely. And these ratings are also kind of described being also how likely I am to listen to them outside of this reaction, you know? Because Lonely, it's not really the kind of song that I'm going to be able to listen to most of the time, but it is a good song for whenever I'm feeling sad. This song, though, it's more of the type of songs that I listen to regularly, which is like the more happy and playful songs. So I'm definitely more likely to listen to this one. But ultimately, in terms of their quality, they're different songs going for different things, but they both executed them pretty fucking well. So yeah, I like both of these songs. And I really, really hope that we're gonna go even higher with the next song, Higher, in 3, 2, 1. We might actually be going higher. Why did they keep all the good stuff in the second half of this album? What the hell? Okay, I'm loving this one, man. Woo, that's singing though. Why was this not the goddamn title track? What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm loving this one. What the fuck? Dude, the pre-chorus and the chorus are fucking insane! This should have been the title track, and I don't fucking give a shit what anybody thinks, man. This is really good. This is my kind of K-pop.
Haters always be talking.
Dude, the singing parts of this song are fucking insane. Dude, I love them. The rap parts could have been a little bit better, but the singing is... Mwah. God damn. You're definitely going higher, guys. You definitely are. Because this one, right off the bat, I can tell you, we have the same kind of situation as the previous two. It's kind of a 10 out of 10 because it's a really good song that I definitely will see myself listening to it after the reaction. But at the same time, I feel like it... Considering that I already gave the previous two songs like 9.5 out of 10, 9.6 out of 10, I feel like it's only fair to give this one a 9.7 out of 10 because, again, I feel like there's some ways that it could slightly be improved. I definitely have slight nitpicks about this song, like, mainly the rapping, I feel like, didn't really match the quality level of the chorus and the singing verses. Not necessarily by much, because it's like, it didn't take me out of the song or anything. I didn't really feel like it was bad or anything. It just felt slightly lower in terms of like its impact and its quality. So, because of that, it's not like a perfect 10 out of 10. But honestly, all three songs so far have been like amazing masterpieces that I want to listen to again, but I can't because I don't have time. But yeah, I love them. I love them, and I really hope we're continuing to go higher and higher and higher, but I feel like the last two songs are probably going to circle back to being ballads. And honestly, I'm fine with that. We got three amazing songs that I want to listen to, and we will listen to outside of this reaction, so I personally feel satisfied. And definitely want to thank them for actually giving me some good songs that appeal to my taste as well, and not just focusing fully on ballads, because that's my kind of like that's my ideology when it comes to like music. I don't care what style a group does necessarily. Like, even the groups that I listen to, even though I've said many times that as a multi-fandom kind of K-pop stan, I like my groups to stick to a relatively one kind of sound and not really veer too far from it. I don't mind groups experimenting with their sound as long as they give me at least one or two songs in the B-sides in the style that I love. So it's like, if I want to listen to B-sides, to ballads, I will listen to BTOB because they're the kings of ballads, you know? And I don't care whether they constantly do ballads or whether they experiment with more different sounds for their title tracks, as long as they still do some ballads, or they give me these kind of songs which are more appealing to my tastes while still doing ballads. Like, that's the kind of way you should do music. You should do variety of stuff in the B-sides, instead of just filling the B-sides with filler songs that are just in the general same style like the title track. You should be more varied. But you don't really see that many groups doing that approach. Most of the time they just do filler. That's why the general quality of K-pop B-sides for me is just very low. But I also in general haven't really listened to like proper B-sides by non-K-pop artists ever, so I can't really judge their quality, how it compares to like American artists or whatever. Because like most recently I reacted to Big Time Rush's first full album since 2013, and at first I definitely felt like it was kind of weak and filler and forgettable, but I've been listening to pretty much the whole thing ever since I did the reaction, and I've ended up loving all of those songs. So maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? And maybe I went on too much of a tangent and I didn't really end up saying anything. But the point is, I'm loving the second half of this album so much more than the first half. And hopefully I'm gonna love the final two songs as well. But there's only one way to find out. So let's continue with the next one. Thank You in 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's loud. Yeah, this one seems like it's gonna be circling back to a ballad. Which I'm definitely partially disappointed by, but again, I'm satisfied. I got 3 good songs. It's fine. So this is kind of like another Be Together kind of situation. It's just a little bit too generically stereotypical ballad for me to really enjoy. It's not bad, but it's not really entertaining. Like, if you want to do a song thanking your fans, do what 17 did with their song Kumata, which is one of their best songs to this day. Or do what Brave Girls did with their song called Thank You. That one was also another really good one. I still appreciate them thanking their fans though, that's still nice. I love when groups do that. Especially because I can tell when they mean it, you know? With me being a YouTuber, when I thank you guys, I genuinely mean it. Okay, so it ended up being exactly what I predicted it was going to be, which is kind of a generically stereotypical ballad. And I honestly don't even have to say much about it, it just wasn't really that entertaining for me. I'd still say it's probably better than Be Together, because that one just felt just not it whatsoever. Which is really funny considering that it's the namesake of this album, but whatever. This one, I guess, at least had the sentiment of thanking your fans for the support and everything that they've given you over the years. So I kind of like the sentiment at least, and that kind of gave the song a little bit of a vibe that I like. But still, it's not really an entertaining song. It's nothing really outstanding or interesting or never done before or memorable. So I don't really see myself listening to it ever again, but I still appreciate the sentiment, so there's that. And in terms of a rating, I'm still gonna give it a pretty solid 8.4 out of 10, which is pretty much what I gave Be Together, but I do believe that this is the better song out of the two, so I'll make that clear at the very least. But yeah, the only really good thing that I can say about this song is just the sentiment is really nice. But that's kind of about it. So now we have one more song to check out. I really hope we end this reaction to this whole album with a bang. I love it whenever a reaction is ended with a bang. Most of the time, if the final song that I react to is also like the best song, even if the rest of the album was shit, honestly, it feels like it was so worth it. It's so satisfying. So I'm really hoping that this one is gonna be really good. But based on the title, I'm expecting it's gonna be another ballady kind of song that is not gonna be particularly interesting kind of ballad. So I don't really see it being the best song of this album. But like I've said many times before, there's only one way to find out, and that is by getting into it. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, that is a final song of an album, alright. This feels like the ending song of like an anime or like a K-drama. Kinda like the vibe. Honestly, I'm actually kinda into this song. It kinda reminds me of this really cool show that I used to watch on Disney Channel like 10-15 years ago called Jake and Blake. I gotta rewatch it on the channel at some point because I never know how it ended. But it had these kind of songs, like this kind of vibe. The chorus is very beautiful. I definitely like that part. We're definitely not ending it with a bang, but we're definitely not ending it with a whimper either. They're definitely pouring out their heart, that's for sure. God damn it, leave it to me here to make the song like really good by the end of it. Okay, this is another situation similarly to what we got with Lonely, for sure. Also, this song is goddamn long. Jesus, 4 minutes. Thank you for giving me these kind of long songs after I have complained about current K-pop songs being super fucking short because of TikTok. But yeah, okay. Not bad of an ending, I gotta say. Again, it wasn't a masterpiece of an ending, but it definitely was pretty fucking good. I still think Lonely is slightly better, because at least the lyrics of that one is more relatable. But similarly to Lonely, the ending bridge part by Minhyuk really fucking elevates that song to like a really good status. You know, I really like this one as well. So it's really interesting how big of a difference there is in terms of the quality and my enjoyment of the first half of this album versus the second half. It's not as crazy as it has been in other cases, in other albums, but it's honestly still pretty fucking major, because out of the first 4 songs, the only one that I can say that I liked and I would listen to outside of the reaction is Whiskey. Whereas in the second half, out of the 5 songs that I checked out, the only one that I can say that I probably not gonna listen to ever again is Thank You. It's like the roles reversed for the first and the second part of this reaction. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I enjoyed this second half so much more. This is what I wanted the whole album to be, but to be honest, most of it was like that. So I'm honestly pretty happy with this album. It was pretty fucking good. It makes me want to check out the Wind and Wish album by BTOB sooner rather than later. So if you guys want me to do that sooner rather than later, definitely let me know in the comments down below and get this video a lot of views. Or even better, like I said in the beginning of the video, go to my Patreon and Ko-fi account and subscribe and demand me to do that reaction, because otherwise I've definitely prepared it for a reaction, but I also have prepared like about 40 folders full with at least 5 K-pop videos that I need to do. So yeah, I don't know in which one of those 40 folders the Wind and Wish album reaction is, so you might have to wait a while, but yeah, I don't know. I gotta say though, it's really annoying how few sales BTOB has. Like the most recent album, Wind and Wish, he has sold only like 100,000, which is not bad, but by current K-pop standards, it's not great, you know? Like nowadays, fucking rookie groups debut with more albums, and BTOB is a pretty major group, established group for a decade at this point, and I don't know, I feel like they should be doing better. I don't necessarily expect them to do like BTS or 17 or EXO level of, or NCT level of sales, but give them at least a couple of fucking 100, man. But yeah, before I forget, let's give It's All Good a rating. I think, considering I've rated Lonely 8.5, 9.5 out of 10, Dance With Me 9.6, Higher 9.7, I feel like I should give this one a 9.4, because it is worse than those songs, but it's still in that group of songs because it's just as enjoyable. And I can guarantee you that I will be listening to this one, Lonely, Dance With Me, and Higher outside of this reaction, because they're genuinely like really enjoyable songs. And they're not like too mopey. Even the ballads, the ballady songs are not too mopey, so I can still enjoy them even in times when I'm not depressed. Which is my biggest issue with ballads, that as entertaining as they are, as cathartic and relieving as they may be, you still mostly listen to them, at least I mostly listen to them when I'm depressed. And I don't like that to be something that happens often. You know? But yeah, I like this album. It honestly ended up being better than I thought it was going to be, but also about as good as I hoped it was going to be. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. And I'm definitely curious, what do you guys think about this album? Did you enjoy it as much as me? Which are your favorite songs? Comment all of that down below in the comments. and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 2 patrons on Patreon, Deadpool and Corvide. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. They have decided to support me, have continued to support me for such a long time. I hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories, or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!